Kamala Harris. So now that person, now him, they support. Alright, still on top, sharp Tory. Then go to come back and say, okay, say on top the crude supply for inside the country, the National Assembly don't probe about $10 billion oil theft. You don't still summon NNPC and still summon Dangote. And then know how they carry the run am, but only God no say oil theft. No reason they use motor the thief they come out. He gave a pass go, and if government not they aware, they no fit move on. Alright, I can say on top sharp to Rio say Tinubu go fit sign the 70,000 naira minimum wage bill next week. So when I sign next week, just no say NYC people. You like say we go soon go serve again. After all, we serve our fatherland. Okay. Don't come and talk say okay. Shaibu don't come out and say, as I for fit drop my governorship ambition, if to say Obaseki been reason with me well. Say like say Obaseki no the reasonable, now make me no great drop him. But as it be so now, we don't know how I want to do him. Person don't come out and say for the first time for Edo State, people will find all the contest for governorship. But before, say now some kind people them we suppose fine, we no fine. Alright, say the Praga Presto don't begin to drop some kind of jump body with monarchs. That's some chiefo them for different area of the country, and some kind and with NSA that was supposed to be National Security Advisor based on the hunger protest where they don't fix date on top, which be the major matter we make we get that today with one reason, and that one will come on top Tory where they for ground today. Don't forget, say, you see listen to VOP 96.1 FM Abuja, and let me be fresh talk the high priest on radio, and then as it be so, I make us see touchlight another one from Vanguard. We just say, Aga president come and say, okay, no government, say no government go condone, go even allow destruction of lives, property. But people don't come and say, okay, oh, say why it could be say the same man will enter power through protests. Now him they fight against protests. Igbo man go call him to say person with the key with knife, no they allow me knife going back. Alright, we'll sit there for that one. Talk say okay, oh, on top of the planned protests. Okay, we don't see say some kind Islamic clerics are the people where they will be others they are for Islam, the pastors them for Islam say then get some kind of talk with them talk when they finish meeting with Oga Presdo for inside matter. We get to do with the protests where they don't book dates keep. Say now on the 1st of August, everywhere, 2 seconds, everywhere go shut down. Alright, so it don't be as it go be. And right about now, we go switch matter sharply. Make for free enter, go reason matter we carry us come today. And then that one, not to for ground. And that one, a matter we get to do with the protests where they come up on the 1st of August, 2024. Alright, now join me, make a forfeit. Welcome our special guest. We go there with us today to follow reason matter with on top of our table. And in case you don't know, we do on top YouTube live. So make it go there right about now. And make you go there now. Make it just go on top YouTube. Go search for VOP 961. You go see us there. You go see the live video there. Make we reason together. All right, this studio here this morning we get Umar, Ali, and now me and them go reason some kind matter we get to do with this protest where they come up on the first. Whether the protest go hold or not, we never know. But whether governments they fight to make sure that the protest no hold, that one not true talk. Whether the masses they also press button to make sure that the protest hold, that one and that talk. But whether the thing go end well or no go end well, no only God know that one. Both masses and government don't know the end of them. But masses and government know the beginning. But no only God know how it won't carry end. So now making for no end badly, now we make government they press some kind of button to make sure say okay oh make una for not do this thing. Would they really listen to una? I want them. But people no see believe say the government they listen. I make them see they insist they must run the protest. And I make this money we get Umar Ali make for reason matter we get to do with this protest where they come on the 1st of August. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to meet you.
How you do?
Very well. Yeah, yeah.
So, this protest matter so far. You know, say this no be first time where Nigeria they go for protests,
Sure.
and it be like this one now. Come be like say they different from the way we don't go before. So now they ask, protest itself, say it dey constitutionally correct. Say make masses for fit go protest. I be no dey. It dey against the law. I be no. It know that against the law.
Well, basically, when you talk of democracy, democracy itself is a fruit of protest. There is no way you can enshrine democracy without protest. And protest is what's bringing about development in any democratic setting. Yeah, within the constitutional provision, there is protest, but the protest has to be guided, peaceful, and at the same time coordinated. But jumping on like that without any proper structure of a protest can run the state to an anarchy. Instead of anarchy, it can run the state to a place of unknown situation, which might pose a greater risk for the democracy itself that people had yearned for and fought for over time, had put a lot of energy and went a lot of stress to bring together. So constitutionally, like you said, protest is there, is available, but it has to be guided. It has to be guided, and there has to be a reason to bring about any protest that would lead to an aspired change in any society.
Okay, but you know, so there be every protest they get leader. Like this one now, where then they plan to go now. Government on they always they ask, say, who be una leader, who be una leader.
Yeah.
You know, say why people no want to talk, say our leader here, say our leader, because of make they know here say by before they break, say DSS don't come carry the person with them say be the leader. You know how government don't turn to right now, and how DSS don't turn the matter be. You feel say if you check the list of protests that don't happen during Jonathan time, you get one way we then do occupy Nigeria.
Yeah.
That occupy Nigeria, now the present government now in spearhead that particular protest.
Yeah.
And nobody come against them that time. Then get the freedom to run their protests. Why if you say them right now, no they comfortable make protests will happen for their own regime?
I think if you look at the series of events globally today, what's happening across from the western part of the world where the democracy itself started down to Africa here, what is happening in Kenya, Uganda, and the others, you will understand why the risk is there to go for an all-out protest without a proper coordination, without any leadership steering it. And unlike the previous one that you were saying brought about this particular government, that one was very organized. If you look at the list of the protesters, they are the people that were the ones who even run the first dispensation of the APC led regime. The whole process itself was led by the immediate past president, President Muhammadu Buhari, followed by the incumbent president and the other APC bigwigs. So that one is a very organized protest, and beside being organized, I think there is a specific demand that is required from that particular process, which is also part of the growth of our democracy. Our democracy is nascent and still growing. So I think it is not far-fetched to say this government is product of a protest, but that protest is well identified, well structured, well coordinated, with pictures to it. But this particular one ongoing,
you know, the structured.
It's not the structured.
But if you know some of the things where the former government, that's this present regime now, some of the things where they ask for, we make them enter that protest.
Yeah.
Follow for what these people they ask for now about the subsidy matter.
Yeah.
And then they ask for the matter, then the thing come down. You feel say so when they don't see the list of what people they ask for, why is it difficult for them to reason some kind of matter? You don't see the list of what people they ask for. I make I read them again.
We've seen the list. We've scrutinized it very well.
So which of that part of the list they very wrong?
Well, actually, if you look at the reality of the country today, I would say the whole situation is needs some urgency. None of the aspect from the list you would query. But notwithstanding, the policies and the programs government are putting in place are all to cushion the effect of those demands, particularly that one that has to do with subsidy and the cost of life and others, the inflation and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, government is doing tremendously well trying to put things together. And a lot of policies were streamlined by the president and his economic team to see that the welfare of the common man has been attained, and at least for the common man to feel that something is coming up for the better. We need to be a little patient. Yes, of course, time is of the essence, and things are going out of the regular way of one's desire as far as democracy and welfare is concerned. But yet, we should look at what the president is putting in place so far with his economic team to see that these things has been put in place for the common man to enjoy the welfare and the dividends of democracy. Yes, of course, subsidy has been a bonus, but if you look at the impact of subsidy on the economy before the removal of the subsidy, it's a whole different thing on its own. Then come again, look at the impact of it on the removal vis-a-vis what is obtainable now in the society. I think we should be a little patient, give the president some time. It's too early, though. 1 year plus is a good time in office
to check whether this one supposed to not make sense by now.
But of course. But what I can assure you is the president is working on it. He is working tirelessly to see that he has reversed the trend and put those indicators in place to make the whole economy working. By the time we are able to get this right, particularly in the removal of the subsidy and flotation of the foreign exchange and others, I think the inflation will drop drastically, and the common man will feel by then that yes, okay, this man has been working, and we are getting to where we want to.
All right, just for the people who know oversee the list of waiting they demand for on top of this NSAS matter, make I just go through them small. And the one that says scrap the Senate, the other one that say make House of Rep become part-time job. Say make all political holders, political office holders, and their families, make them they attend public schools and attend public hospitals. Say make all political office holders make then they earn salaries like civil servants. Another one again, I say make all political office holders. Okay, don't talk that one. Then say make the penalty of corruption when inside public office make it be death. Another one again, I say make all uniform personnel, make them they make them give them life insurance. Another one again, now all political office holders, so they must take public bus to work, except for the president and the governors. Another one again, make them unban crypto. The other one now say make resource control, make each state they manage their resources. Then another one I say make them investigate past and present corrupt politicians and then bring them to justice. I'll still get another way say make them overhaul the constitution, then enact the people's constitution. Then make Chief Justice of Nigeria, make them they appoint them by the National Judicial Council. Then make INEC chairman and the chairwoman, make them they appoint them by the National Judicial Council. Say no more security votes, no more money for security vote for governors. No. You must be a graduate of at least higher institution. And okay, now that way it's in end now. Let's make it add. So if you check all this list now, make us start from the lowest one. This and the last one I just mentioned now.
Okay.
Say make person we won't vie for at least governor, president, House of Rep, speaker, and senator, all those positions. Say at least make it be graduate. It not be bad idea.
Well, actually, constitutional process. It's a long process that is put in place after a lot of resources and consultations are put in place. So it won't be bad for someone to come up with this demand. It's his own idea of his own line of thought in developing his political system. And for the conveyors of our constitution, the people who put the constitution in place, I think they have the wisdom too to put the whole arrangement as it is now, and I think it's something that has to be tested time and again, and while learning within it to get to the result you want to. So, like you've said, there's part of the demand that says a degree holder must have to lead. I don't think it's that too strategic, would I say, for a degree holder.
If you check the past regime, you see all the mockery, the Johnson and all the jokes they play with, say, for the former president to talk about all those in certificates, they all those talk them.
Yeah.
And you know what be say, not be saying at least when person finish secondary school, you don't get basic.
Yeah.
But the knowledge where you go get as a degree holder, they different from what you get as a person just do WAEC. So you agree with me?
I agree with you on that.
Now, imagine say a person where won't enter House of Rep to go make law. No go through higher institution to understand the law where you won't go make. So what you really want go make? Now, or you no go through university, you can't become governor. How you want to understand what they happen for the Ministry of Education? How you want to understand what people they go through for school? You understand?
Yeah.
Because now when you don't go through school, maybe you don't pass through that process, you don't suffer the pain of the school fees and other things. When you enter as governor, you go know the things the way you pass through. When you want to implement laws, then we go work for school.
Yeah.
You go implement them based on your experience. But when you don't go at all, you know send, you know concern you.
Yeah.
Because for this country, I don't hear when one person don't come out before talk say it is very wrong for person to pay ransom to kidnappers. Until then kidnapper, him call letter pay ransom. So if they don't like kidnap him, he no go no say to pay ransom and that way to take come out.
Yeah.
You understand? So if you do on your own, just they make some kind of decision. So I feel say government officials no they go through what people they go through. Especially this hospital thing. When they get small sickness, they don't fly go abroad. They don't know say if you go to our hospital here, some equipment no dey.
Yeah.
So most people when they die, they are not be say their sickness too much. I say na carelessness or lack of equipment. So if them, I give one example. Sorry to use person as example. This former House of former Senate deputy Senate president, will get issued. Imagine say for in constituency, then get better hospital. If you do that transplant, if you no get reason to travel abroad, Abi?
Sure.
And this matter will enter now for no come out. No be so.
Yes,
So if them put them now say make all political office holders they receive treatment from their own constituency. If you are sick here for Abuja and you from Anambra, you just generally carry your transport, go your constituency, go treat yourself. That's way you say the hospital for that constituency go make sense. Because if they say make them do it for here for Abuja, then go focus on Abuja own here, make it make sense. Then no go send village own.
Yeah.
So this demand now, this particular demand, a bad or be good?
Well, actually, if you look at the trends now and the development happening, particularly with the president's decision, or would I say what he saw in the wisdom to make sure that our local governments are functioning, that's the third tier of government. It's a step towards what you are saying. You know, every aspect of governance must have to carry the grassroots along. If it has to start from the bottom top, I think then you can get the desire, you can get to what you desire regarding legislators or public office holders or business people going to their constituencies for treatment and other things. So with a proper local government functioning in place, I think we've gotten to that level where that our constituency projects and other hospitals and schools and educational programs, social amenities and others will start to come up and start working as to the desire of the common man. So it's not out of place. Still, we are going. It might not be likely that it will go your own way or how you perceive to see it, but it might come in another way. So to me, the president's decision to go to the Supreme Court against the governor's wish to get local government its autonomy, particularly financial autonomy, is another way of revamping the constituencies of every citizen to make it functional.
But that you know if you say that thing, they political motivated, as in some states where the governors know they loyal to the president, then feel from local government take corona, and now if you say that particular movement now problem between Wike and Fubara, now motivate that movement because local government chairman they loyal to Wike, but the governor no they loyal to Wike, so if you use local government chairman now frustrate the. I feel say that in they politically motivated. Maybe say they just do them because of say they care about the masses.
I think if you have been if you have followed the news, the president addressed the country yesterday together with those Islamic clerics, and just before him the Attorney General of the Federation, who will give up you give a thumbs up for the effort of securing the local government autonomy from the Supreme Court, a different route from what traditionally is obtainable before now. When you go to National Assembly, do a law, I think I can remember Saraki did it and Ahmed Lawan did it. They all tried it, but to no avail because of the hard-headed influence of the governors on the local government autonomy. But somehow, the wisdom of this government, they went another route and they successfully got it. So I don't think politically everybody is adhering to the constitution. The constitution is before everybody. The constitution is what puts the country in place. Yeah, and I think being that the Supreme Court being the apex court and the last court for the common man, and anything that has to do with constitutional order, for them to give that kind of interpretation and that kind of ruling, I don't think there is any governor that will he might land himself in jail. I think it's a riot order if politicians will queue and understand the implication of what is involved in this particular development. So
the way they see our conversation today, but let's say we're not going to finish them today because we'll cut and half, maybe Monday we'll pick up from where we stop. But I know say the government, federal government, no really want to make this protest hold. Why you think say they no want me hold?
I think there are a lot of things involved.
Okay.
And the mood of the country as it is now and the situation at hand, I think is best preserved to hold. Not even Nigeria, like I told you earlier when we started, it's a global thing. The whole world itself is saturated and tensed. Then come down to Nigeria now. Yeah, all of the concerns that people are raising are valid, but yet the government is working tirelessly night and day to make sure things are put in place, to make sure social welfares are put in place, to make sure the common man gets what he desires from democracy. So it is counterproductive and too early at this stage to go on any protest for a government that has not been more than a year plus. I mean, a year, not more than 2 years in office. This is their first budget, and trying to implement to see through that things have fallen in place. So I think the government's concern is valid too, simply because the protest itself, like I told you earlier, is not something coordinated, organized, leader with leader. If there would be any leadership or any person taking responsibility for this protest, I think that person can come up with the demands. The room is open for dialogue. The leadership is ready to meet anybody who is behind this protest, to talk to him and have a good conversation in respect of what is happening in the country and for the sake of the development of this country. But going on a protest without any organization, I doubt if it's productive at this time, and it's for our security and the national security itself. I think it's not ideal for now. It's too early, and it's not a call for a progress based on the situation on ground.
All right, so now 0808-312-8618. I'll call them again, 0808-312-8618. Even though we don't get much time to ask most of those questions, but you're very free right now, so they listen to VOP 96.1 FM Abuja on top to Riboko with Fresh Talk, the High Priest on radio. I'll call the number again, 0808-312-8618. Waiting be your question. You won't drop any question for Mr. Umar Ali with the Inside Studio this morning. You get any contribution where you feel say either say the protest supposed to hold or the protest not supposed to hold. Either you say they for or they against. Any way they back up, make it give us your reason why you feel say. If you say no, this protest supposed to hold, give us your reason why if you say supposed to hold. If you say no, you're not supposed to hold, I want you to give us a reason why you think say you're not supposed to hold. Because now we be the people. And now the people be the government. So, but back to you, Mr. Umar.
Yeah.
This matter about this protest. Waiting and waiting where you feel say government don't really do. Where you feel whole hand to use convince people say because of this and this where government don't do. Make una no go this protest.
Yeah, if you look critically to the development so far, from inception to date, I think people are not paying attention due to the circumstances on ground, which is understandable, to the developments and what this government is trying to put in place to see democracy has reached to the common man. Take, for example, the local government autonomy we are talking about. It's a big breakthrough. It's a big breakthrough. This is something that has been holding this country for almost 23 years. It started way back around 2002, if I can recall very well.
Say we get.
VOP, good morning. No.
Good morning.
VOP, good morning. No.
Good morning.
Thank you. I have a contribution. Thank you. I have a contribution to make.
Fire down the air. Your name and location.
Now, Male, I'm calling from where? So, all these things, where then they talk now, they surprise me. Because I don't know why suddenly everybody already. Now, peaceful protest, now we say we want to. And if you look, all the protests that Nigerians have planned to do, all of them they did peaceful. But one thing where people know be say APC, now then they organize protest. Now then the protest organizer. APC, now then the protest destroyer. APC, now their own protest they successful. Because other government where APC they do protest under, then they follow law. They know they destroy their own protest. But since APC come, any other protest where other people they do, then they frustrate other people. Then they frustrate other people. Now then they send people go destroy them. Even when people all they say make a hoodlum no take over, make the thing no go change hand. Now because now waiting they their mind, and then they talk. Since now then they know how to organize them, they don't want make people organize against them. Now peaceful protests won't do. What did then they fear? So then they talk all this thing now, so that on the day they will come send their machinery to disrupt the protest, and they say, okay, schedule now see. It's a very unfortunate thing. Say this country is run like this, but now only God now will still liberate us. We don't know what we will do again. No, we'll sit down, you know what? We'll do election, you know what? We'll do everything, you know what? No, we'll do the simple thing. Say, okay, no, we'll just go protest. Make them say hunger deal. Poverty deal. Nigerians are suffering. No say people they suffer. Now one cop make him see say we they suffer now, and now they don't use everything. Say make we no go out. What is going out go get to do with the government, with the people where they do business? If not, they say then they plan to send machinery to come and disrupt everything. Now peaceful protest we talk say we want to since they know they know, since they know they hear. You know past that. My brother,
all right, no wahala.
I get to talk with this.
No wahala. Yeah, we should talk. All right, to you, Mr. Umar, this comment where you hear now from all of our listeners. This matter we got to do with to bring in mercenaries.
Yeah.
You know, say the last one will happen will be NSAS. They don't accuse this. They don't accuse this particular party. So now them hijacker. So how? What do you get to talk about that matter?
You know, people can say anything they want to say. For any insinuation or allegation you bring against someone, you have to come with your evidence and back it with a proof.
Okay.
Like all the leaders are saying now, that tendency is there to hijack. no matter how you intend to bring any goodwill or any attempt of such an organization, there is no way at the back there wouldn't be a criminal element. And criminals are always there and available, ready to take advantage of what is on ground to exploit. So, and it's always good for one to remember where your right stops, the other person's starts. So in the event where you organize yourself, come out to the street, put forward your demands and others, before you know it, uncoordinated, on the all elements take over. At that point, I don't think there is any control to, or anybody will take responsibility for what happened. If you look at what happened during the NSIS in Lagos, and the catastrophe that followed suit, very unfortunate. It was also part of that criminality that we are talking about on the ground that was laying and waiting for something to trigger it, from which the NSAS protesters were very innocent young guys trying to have a greater future in Nigeria, looking up to themselves to build a prosperous country like any other democracy. Unfortunately, after the organization unknown, the criminal elements appeared and took over. So everybody can insinuate that it's the government, or maybe you say it's the same set of politicians then that orchestrated it. No, it has not to be. It doesn't have to be that. Criminals are always there. They are lying low, waiting for an advantage. So nobody is saying you don't have the right to protest or not to go out to make your demands. The labor union has been doing it. Civil societies has been doing it. Take a look at Bring Back Our Girls, the kind of achievement they brought to this country during their protests when Chibok girls were arrested.
And those protests that period now under PDP regime, abi?
Yeah.
And we don't even hear say person hijack am or hoodlums take over.
Yeah.
How come since this regime enter, every small protest hoodlums take over? Where these hoodlums them from? They come way they know they since.
You can never identify them by face.
But they know they since they don't execute the same thing before.
They are.
I don't remember occupying Nigeria, where the present president of this country now, where him and the former president will be spearhead. Hoodlums don't take over.
That was why we said any protest or any organization that will lead a certain movement to make some demands, it has to have a leadership. It has to be coordinated, it has to be organized. You understand? But going like that without any leadership, NSAT itself was hijacked and made it a failure simply because there was no leadership. I can remember very well when it started, even to identify one person that could lead cannot come forward. You know, some sort of celebrities were identified. They mentioned a lot of guys to come and musicians to come and lead the conversation with the IG or police and whatever, but it didn't work because the proponents or the pushers of the protest, then the answer says it's a leaderless protest, and that leaderlessness led us to where we found ourselves. Look at the catastrophe that was that came after the NSAS protest or within the NSAS process. I don't think anybody who has been part of NSAS would have said he's proud of that catastrophe. Yeah, the process itself, it has brought a lot of change. There was a lot of reform in the police force, and police is also reforming till today regarding the NSAS development. Okay. But yet, what followed suit was not to the desire of the common man in Lagos State and Nigeria itself. And one thing about protests, let me remind you, the president has worked hard to put things in place now to make sure that our economy comes up and start working. Any unorganized protest that might lead to a state of anarchy or failure of insecurity will only affect our economy badly and negatively. The little we have will retrogress. Take a look at what is happening in Kenya today. I don't think Kenya will recover from this ongoing mass civil disobedience in a very short time because of the impact of what it has caused on the economy. So I think we should be very careful going forward.
What's going to happen, be say, if you check our time where we're supposed to round up by at least before 12, and that time don't really be very close. Like I talked before, so this matter really long, and I would like me to reschedule this thing to do maybe on Monday. Or Monday will make sense as it is and start. And here I would like me to just read this comment with the up here on top YouTube. This person Tim Golden James talks say the president is not ready. Even if he's given the whole year, things will still get worse. Those in government are there to loot, not to serve. Good morning. Another person again, Makoji say APC is protest. is protest organizers, APC is protest destroyers, APC is very unfortunate that Nigeria. Okay, it is very unfortunate that Nigeria is in their hands, and they don't care about the masses but themselves. Only God, only God, through our efforts, will liberate. All right, I want state categorically say the calls and the comments will come in and no the mindset of the people. Represent our own stance. Represent my own stand as a presenter. Represent the stand of the station as well. But make the right thing, they move down the right way. All right, now here I would like me to say thank you. Even though we don't reschedule, say we go do this in a month because it's been really long. I will need to read them one after the other. I hope say we will get you at least by Monday. We will get at least more than one, more than only you. That the house go full well. We need to discuss this matter well because they're very deep.
True.
All right, I thank all of now we took here and then took out on top today program, and this now still to Riboko on top VOP 96.1 FM Abuja. Thank